Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we've got the last game here against the Orcas coming up, and with an off day tomorrow we will get in the bench guys. Alright, get the lineup changed around here a little bit. Here we go. So here we are at Panpaca Park, looking for the sweep here. Although, as I mentioned in the recaps, all the top teams in the AL West have also lost their last two games, so at least nothing's changed for the Orcas right now. As this game starts, the Astros have a one-game lead over both the Orcas and the Mariners. Then there's a pretty big gap from there down to, I think, actually, it might be the A's now, and then the Rangers. And then the Angels. Am I forgetting somebody out there? I might be. Anyway, we got Paulie on the mound today. Already up over 100 strikeouts on the year. And here is Tony Pena to lead things off again. And he'll start things off with a strike. This one just a bit off the plate. I think that was supposed to be a knuckleball that didn't knuckle. Thankfully, it also was not over the plate. There's a better knuckleball in there for strike two. That one misses low. We've got a full count to start things off today. Swings at one in the dirt for strike three. So here's Bonilla. He'll look at strike one. This one is down and in. Called strike, makes it 1-2. Ground ball right to Phil. Two away, rather. So in comes Gordon. Both the first two games he's gotten hits in his first time up. We'll see what happens today. Grounds this one to first. Harry's able to snag it before it become a problem. So we'll start off with a 1-2-3 inning. Phil is going to lead things off today. With the Orcas lineup, I believe it is, yeah, looks like the same lineup we have been seeing. Lorraine on the mound. I am pretty sure this is the same Lorraine that was in our minor leagues, and I think made a few appearances for us, in the September call-ups, but it was one of those things where I felt like he needed a chance to go somewhere where he could make it to the majors, so I think we ended up trading him for Hankins, who's now in our AAA team. And it looks like Lorraine did indeed find his way to the majors. He gets Phil to pop up for the first out of the inning. Here's Sweeney. That slider breaks too far inside. We also had a pitcher, and I can't remember his name now, but he hit so well that we converted him into an outfielder and then traded him away somewhere, and I don't remember where. Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to remember now because I sure can't remember his name. Sweeney grounds out to short, and that will bring Quinton to the plate. He is going to bat right-handed. So Rain puts in a strike. This pitch down and in, makes it 1-1. There's a called strike to make it 1-2. Called strike three. Well, both sides with 1-2-3 starts. We'll go to the second inning where Eric Burns is going to lead it off for the Orcas.
Number 22, Eric Burns, left fielder.
First pitch bounces in. That knuckleball stays high. Got a 2-0 count. That one, and Paulie is just a little all over the place. I mean, some of that happens with the knuckleballer, but this seems worse than usual. Did get that one over the plate, makes it 3-1. That one's over to make it a full count again. Started both innings so far with a full count, and both times does come away with a strikeout, that time with a called strike 3. Here's Travis Buck. He'll look at strike 1. Pitch just misses. I'm not sure that pitch did what Paulie wanted it to do, which I'd say been a theme today. Scott Buck with the 2-2 count. Looks at strike 3. 2 down. Here is White. First pitch is called a strike. Swing and a miss. Makes it 0-2. Grounds this one to short. And that will be at for the top of the second. All zeros on the board so far. Got Terry leading things off in the bottom half of the inning. All right. Terry's got a 2-1 count to start things off here. This one catches the outside corner to make it 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, here is Frank. He will look at a strike. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Swings at a slider down low for strike 3. Here's Miyake. It's early, but Lorraine has definitely been effective, so I feel like I made the right call for his career to get him somewhere where he could have a major league career. We just didn't really have the spot for him. Scott Miyake with an 0-2 count. He will swing and miss for strike 3. Of course, he might also be a little extra motivated to play against us. So we'll go to the third inning. Ortmeyer is going to lead it off for Portland. First pitch is in there for a strike over the outside corner. That broke a little too low. Hit towards first. Harry takes it on one hop and steps on the bag. Was not very sharply hit. So here's Aranda. Hitting left-handed, though not sure he hits that well from either side of the plate. So maybe that's how he can be a switch hitter, because it doesn't matter what side you walk up to. He has a 1-2 count. Pops this one up. Joey comes in a couple steps and makes the catch. 2 down. Here's Lorraine at the plate. I'm sure he got some at-bats with us, but I couldn't tell you anything about them. He hasn't gotten a hit this year. And that's not going to change things either. Ground ball to second, Phil over to first, and that'll end the inning. Still all zeros as we go to the bottom of the third. Martinez will lead it off for Indianapolis. First pitch to Martinez is called strike. Backdoor slider. This is shot right to Ortmeyer, who catches it on a short hop, but he gets to the base no problem. So here is Joey. Pops this one up on the first pitch. Lorraine will take it himself near the third baseline. 2 down, and here is Paulie at the plate, hitting 190 on the year. Pretty good for him. This ball misses inside. Swings well ahead of that slider. And Paulie's going to get a base hit into left field. That is the first hit or the first base runner of the game for either team. Phil to start the second go-around of the Squirrels' orders. 4 strikeouts for Lorraine the first go-around. Phil was not one of them. This won't be either. He will foul out instead. So there is a hit on the board, but nothing else. Portland will be back at the top of their order in the 4th inning. 3 strikeouts for Paulie the first time through. Pena was one of those. He has a 1-1 count after that swing and a miss. Bounces in a knuckleball. There's a swing and a miss to make it 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So here's Bonilla. He ground out. He was not to first. Can't remember where he grounded out to in his first at-bat. Grounds this one to third. Sweeney over to first. 2 away. Gordon's the one that ground out to first. I think Bonilla might have grounded out to second, but I'm not 100% sure of that. Gordon starting off with a 2-0 count. He will look at strike 1 on the inner half. Another called strike in a similar location. 2-2 with 2 outs and nobody on. Pops this one up right by the umpire who gets out of the way so Martinez can make the grab. So we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Squirrels will start off with Sweeney at the plate. There's no score in the game yet, no threat of a score. Sweeney ground out in his first at-bat. He will take strike 1 here. Lorraine gets the call on that fastball. Looked like it might have been up and out. But I think that led to the swing and a miss there by Sweeney on a ball that looked high. Probably felt like he had to go after it. Quinton struck out in his first at-bat, and he will take strike 1 here. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Hits this one, but a pretty routine ground ball to Pena. 2 away. That will bring Terry to the plate. Struck out in his first at-bat. Swings and misses at a curveball. Looks at a forkball for strike 2. Hits this one foul, so still battling up there. Hits this one. Will it get down? It does, right in front of Buck. A 2 out single brings Frank to the plate, who struck out in his first at bat. He will look at strike 1. Line drive through the right side of the infield. Terry will stop at second, which is probably a good decision. 2 aboard for Miyake. There are 2 outs. Miyake looks at a strike. I feel like he struck out in his first at-bat, but I could be wrong on that. It's got an 0-2 count. This one breaks a little too far outside. Miyake lays off. Swings at that one, but comes up empty to end the inning. That was the first inning. It felt like there was any sort of real threat, and even that was pretty meager. We go to the 5th inning. Still a lot of zeros on the board, though not all zeros anymore. Eric Burns coming to the plate for Portland. He struck out in his first at-bat. He will swing and miss at the first pitch in this at-bat. Puts this into center field, and that will get down for the first Orca hit and base runner of the game, and it's going to be a leadoff double. So Paulie's going to have to get out of a jam right off the bat here in the 5th. Brings Buck to the plate. That fastball misses down and away. Throws another one elevated, but it is called a strike. 1-1. Misses down and away. Misses again, makes it 3-1. called strike on the inner half. We've got a full count. Runner stays put, and it's fouled away. Try it again. Burns still stays put. We get a pop-up. Paulie will field it himself towards third base, with Joey standing right beside him. So there's an out that does not advance the runner. So that will bring White to the plate, and he has a 1-1 count. Swings and misses to make it 1-2. Hits a ground ball here. Runner will advance to third. But there are now 2 outs in the inning for Ortmeyer. He will look at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Does not chase the high fastball. Doesn't chase that fastball either. 2-2 now. Hits this one, and it gets past Sweeney, and the Orcas are going to take an early lead. Well, not that early anymore. They're going to take a lead. 1-0. Runner still on first with 2 outs. Aranda will look at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Swings and misses for strike 3 and a ball in the dirt. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Orcas now leading things 1-0, though they're being out-hit. Martinez is going to lead off things for the Squirrels. So Martinez ground out in his first at-bat. He will be well ahead of that. We'll call it a changeup. Hits this one deep in the hole for Pena. Does he have the arm? He does not. Martinez beats it out. That's an infield hit. Brings Joey to the plate. 1 on with nobody out, and this is fouled away. Hit down the first base side. Chases a slider that did not connect. And looks at strike 3. 1 down. Here's Paulie. He did get the first hit of the game. He's showing bunt at the moment. He looks to get down a pretty good one. That's a successful sacrifice. Puts a runner in scoring position with Phil at the plate, but there are 2 outs. Phil 0 for 2 today. Hits this one right to White, and that will end the inning. So, Portland still leading 1-0 as we go into the 6th inning, where Lorraine is due to lead things off. Lorraine ground out in his first at-bat. He will look at strike 1 here. A pitch down and in makes it 1-1. There's a called strike. Grounds this one towards short. Joey to first. 1 away. So here comes Pena. He is struck out twice today. 2 of Paulie's 5 strikeouts, which is low for him, especially after 2 goes around. 2 go-arounds? Goes around? Yeah, not sure. Probably go-arounds, I suppose. Not like attorneys general. Anyway, Pena with the 1-2 count. Pops this one up, and it's going to hook foul down the left field line. Still 1-2. Paulie misses inside with a fastball. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chases a high fastball. So here's Bonilla. He has struck out in both, ground out in both at-bats so far. I was telling myself not to say strikeout, and of course that's exactly what I did. Grounds this one right back up the middle, and it will get through for a base hit. 1 on, 1 out. Here is Gordon, 2 outs. Forgot we started off with Lorraine, not Pena. Gordon will look at strike 1. And then miss low. Hits this one. That'll be a base hit into right field. Bonilla trying for third. Phil throwing to third, but not in time. Maybe Joey could have gotten it there in time, but Phil was not going to get it there. Burns, so he's going to get a base hit up the middle, and the Orcas are going to get their lead. Ooh, close play at third. 2-0 Portland now with runners on the corners and Travis Buck at the plate. He'll look at strike 1. This one misses inside. And misses outside. We got a 2-1 count. Misses again to make it 3-1. There's a fastball put over for a strike. Buck taking all the way. Pops this one foul. Martinez chasing, and he gets there. Pretty good play there behind the plate. But Portland strikes again to make it 2-0, and they are now out hitting the Squirrels 5-4. Sweeney's going to lead things off in the bottom of the 6th inning. He is 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. So he watches that fastball stay low. That curveball misses low as well. There's a called strike. Fouled straight back. That'll make it 2-2. Misses outside. We've got a full count to start off this inning. And that'll be put into left field for Sweeney's first hit of the day. That will bring Quinton to the plate. He's struck out and ground out so far. It's behind on that fastball. Curveball's called a strike. And chases one in the dirt for strike 3. One down. Here's Terry. Got a base hit in his last at-bat. Looks at strike 1. That curveball bounces in. Chases after that one to make it 1-2. Might have been a strike anyway, but... Oh, called strike on the outside corner, and no argument out of Terry. So here's Frank. Also got a base hit in his last at-bat. Watches that curveball stay low. This one misses outside. Runner takes off, and he's in there safely. Sweeney is quick, but I think that's the first time we've gotten a look at Aranda's arm. Not particularly strong, so that might be an avenue that opens up here later in the game. So runner now in scoring position, and Frank puts it into left center. The Squirrels are going to score their first run of the game. Cuts the lead in half and brings Miyake to the plate. Runner on first with 2 outs. Miyake struck out in both at-bats. So that curveball out of the zone as Lorraine starts to wipe his brow. Testing his arm again, and Frank is thrown out. Frank not nearly as quick as Sweeney. Seems significant. We're going to go into the 7th inning. Portland will start off with White at the plate, and we will go get Nakai to try to keep things where they are. So whether he gets 1 or 2 innings depends on what happens offensively with us in the bottom half of this inning. White is ground out in both at-bats. Nakai starts him off with a strike. That fastball a bit high. Curveball not real close. 2-1. Changeup bounces in, makes it 3-1. And gets a swing and a miss on that one to make it a full count. Called strike 3. White doesn't like the call, but here we are to Ortmeyer. Got an RBI single in his last at-bat. And looks at strike 1 here. The pitch misses, up and out. Popped up, Martinez going back. Makes the catch. 2 away, here is Aranda. I'm certain he just faced his first 2 stolen base attempts, and he went 500 on them. That's not too bad. He's got a 1-2 count at the plate. He will hit this one into left field right down the line. Will it be a double? Frank got over there, but I don't think he's going to get it back in time. That's a 2-out double. Right down the line, well placed. We're going to get a pinch hitter here. Or no, a pinch runner. Excuse me, Justin Ruggiano is going to take over at second base. Lorraine at the plate, looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2, so I'm a little surprised they used a pinch runner with the pitcher at the plate. He looks at strike 3. That'll get us to the 7th inning stretch. Portland leading 2-1. The Squirrels will start off with Miyake at the plate.
Now, please rise and join the singing.
So Ruggiano comes out of the game. Iannetta, who I'm also fairly sure, in the same deal where we gave Lorraine to the Orcas, I'm pretty sure Iannetta went there as well. He spent a year in our AAA team. Miyake's down 0-2. He will swing and miss for strike 3. One down. Here is Martinez. He's 1 for 2. Looks at strike 1. Lorraine's been furiously wiping his brow this inning, so I can't imagine he's got much left in the tank. But he's obviously pitched a great game as Martinez fouls that off just into the crowd down the third base, and Lorraine is now gassed. So this should be his last hitter regardless. Throw for Gordon at third is there in plenty of time. Joey to the plate, but Lorraine will come out of the game. Maybe the best thing to happen for us. Enrique Gonzalez is going to try to keep this game in a good spot here for the Orcas. Joey's got the bases empty in 2 outs. As he watches the first ball hit the dirt. Shoots this one into right field, and that means Nakai's only going to get the 1 inning. Oh, he does actually. He's 1 for 1 on the year. But we'll throw Tom in there to see what he can do. His first home run of the year would be really nice. First pitch called a strike over the inside corner. Runner takes off, and Joey is easily thrown out. Joey not that fast. If she would have done that, I wouldn't have had to waste a pinch hitter. All right, well, Orca's up 2-1 as they go back to the top of their order. Boy, we just wasted Tom there. All right, I don't know if Zapp has 2 innings in him. Jones won't be pitching again for a minute, so we'll go with him. Jones pitched admirably for, I think, 2 innings yesterday. All right, Pena struck out in all 3 at-bats so far. He will have strike 1 on a breaking ball. Pops this one up. Phil going back to get it out in center field, and he does get there. 1 away. Here's Bonilla. He get a base hit in his last at-bat. Pops it up right in front of the plate, and that will be the 2nd out of the inning. Gordon's going to ground out to first, and that will end the inning. Okay, guys, I'll do it this later, okay? All right, so we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, still a 2-1 game. Since we've wasted Tom, I guess we're going to go get Marvin. Gonzalez stays on for his first full inning. Sure, that's what the Orcas are hoping for anyway. Oh, Marvin hits it deep. Does it have enough? Just sneaks over the wall. His 3rd home run of the year. Would have been left-handed. 367-foot shot, and we have a tie ball game here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So here's Phil. That was the leadoff batter, so nobody out. Phil swings and misses at the first pitch. Grounds this one to Gordon, who has trouble with it. Pena picks it up, but not in time. Phil, not a fast runner, but is able to beat that out. That will go down as an E5. Brings Sweeney to the plate. Still nobody out. He's quickly behind 0-2. Hits this into left field. That will be a base hit. Phil will stop at second base. 2 aboard. Quinton at the plate will flip around left-handed. Again, nobody out in this inning. We've got 2 runners on now. Will this get through? Oh my, this looks like trouble. Ends up being a double play. A good play by Pena, but Phil did not read that well at all. No reason he should have been taking off just yet, but he sure did. So now there's 2 outs, the runner on first. Terry at the plate looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Swings and misses for strike 3. So we are now tied at 2 as we go into the 9th inning. Burns is going to lead things off for Portland, and I guess we're going to need another pitcher. How do we want to do this? We want to try to avoid Gonzalez because we're going to want him to pitch tomorrow. And Johnston's got 2 days. We'll, I guess, turn to him and hope we don't ask that much out of him. All right, Burns is 2 for 3. Strikeout, double, and single, and he did come around to score the first run of the game. He's got an 0-2 count at the moment, and he will go down swinging. 1 away, here's Buck. Struck out and flown out twice. Well, probably both of those more accurately described as pop-outs. And 1 in foul ground. Hits a ground ball to short. Joey takes care of that. 2 away, and here is White. He is 0 for 3 on the day. Did not like the strike 3 call in his last at-bat. Pops this one pretty much right to Sweeney. Had to take maybe a couple steps back, but that will get us to the bottom of the 9th inning. We are still tied at 2, and Frank is going to lead things off. Gonzalez going to stay on the mound. Frank 2 for 3 so far with a pair of singles. Looks at strike 1. Swings and misses at a changeup. He was ahead of it, so he did what it was supposed to do. Hits this one towards the middle, but not very hard. Pena will pick it up and get it to first in plenty of time. So here's Miyake. He has struck out in all 3 at-bats today. I guess his hot streak may be over. Looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So then here's Martinez. He's 1 for 3 on the day. And looks at strike 1 here. Pulls this one foul to make it 0-2. Called strike 3. So we will go to the 10th. We're still knotted at 2. Ortmeyer is going to lead things off for Portland. Ortmeyer 1 for 3, but that one was a very big one. Looks at strike 1. That one is too low. Pops this one up into right center. That will fall in for a leadoff single. So that'll bring Iannetta to the plate for his first at-bat of the day. Runner takes off. Martinez will cut him down with ease. Johnston does not throw hard, but he is quick to the plate, and Martinez, I think, has an even stronger arm than Tom does. So that was just an ill-fated decision from the get. So now 1 out with nobody on base, and Iannetta will strike out swinging. From a leadoff single to 2 outs and nobody on, Onion is going to come in to pinch hit for the pitcher spot.
Number 076, Onion.
He will swing and miss at a slurve. Watch as that slurve hit the dirt. Fouls away the sinker to make it 1-2. Another sinker gets a swing and a miss, and that will end the top of the 10th inning. Joey is going to lead it off for the Squirrels. We are still knotted at 2. The Orcas, what is his first name? Luis Vizcaíno is going to come in and try to extend the game here. Not a bad choice to do that. Joey got a hit in his last at bat. He will look at strike 1 on the outside corner. Shoots this one opposite field, but foul. This towards the middle, and it will get through for a leadoff single. Let's see. Guess all righties on the bench, so I guess Chief would be the best hitter of the bunch. As I do believe he is still leading the major leagues in hits. Slider catches the outside corner. This is hit towards first. Throw going to second. No return throw, so just an out, basically. Phil 0 for 4, though he did reach on an error in his last at-bat. Fouls that pitch away. He's behind on that fastball. Hits this one. That should be down for a hit. Although I say Burns was playing in shallow, but it does fall down in front of him. 2 aboard for Sweeney with 1 out. Now Sweeney, normally our best pinch hitter, at least by average, has a 2-0 count. This one catches the inner half to make it 2-1. This will get down. Chief turning for home. Throw coming home as well, but Chief in there. And that is a walk-off hit for Sweeney. Your final score today, Portland Orcas 2, Indianapolis Squirrels 3, and that does complete the sweep on a game that was looking real dicey. Yeah, there was the pinch hit home run out of Marvin. That's what Sweeney's probably going to get player of the game, but if you ask me, it should have been Marvin, because Sweeney's not even getting that shot if not for Marvin. But it is Sweeney, which is a fine choice. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. We are off tomorrow, so we'll see you back on Wednesday as we go out to Baltimore for some more interleague play. We'll see you then.